The showdown, the top two heavyweights in the country. Gable Steveson, the reigning Big Ten champion. Mason Parris, ranked number 2 in the country. Of course, a rematch of that Big Ten final in Piscataway, where Steveson prevailed 8-6.
Yeah, Steveson showed how much maturity he had. He does such a nice job of finding the corners, those outside singles, and it's a clash of styles in a way because Parris is one of those guys that can shoot underneath other heavyweights and power through.
And these two having some fun with each other on Twitter. It was back in December, the RTC Cup. Gable Steveson beat Nick Wisdowski in that event. Had the opportunity to wrestle the Cliff Keen team with Mason Parris, opted not to, and Mason Parris reminding him, hey, you can't run forever. There you see Mason Parris. Huge improvements last year in reaching that Big Ten final. And Gable Steveson, I've said it once, I'll say it again, that is a bad, bad man in that Gopher single.
He certainly improved himself physically, but you take a look at their journey here. Steveson had an injury bulk to Lance, and then Cassiope and Parris match here. Parris with the big fall early in that one. Kind of a stunner.
These two heavyweights, the head of the class. Heavyweight, a lot of talent in this Big Ten conference, but these two have separated themselves. Gable Steveson, 60-2 in his career. Out of Apple Valley, Minnesota, 4-time Minnesota State champion. Parris, 3-time state champion out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Both these junior world champions. Best of the best here at heavyweight.
And normally you see Parris looking for a lot of inside bicep tie stuff, but you can tell he's keeping a little bit of distance here. He's working inside. I think Steveson likes to work off that collar tie. He comes back, see how I worked back to that forearm and got a lot of motion off of that from Parris.
How about
go ahead. I look at that left arm of Steveson. That's really just a guide for me. He can attack on a swing single there. He can work with the underhook. He works with the over collar, and he's got a beautiful left-handed high crotch too.
And those snaps. So much power.
Yeah, Jim, as you were talking about the brackets, I was just thinking, how about that path that Parris had, and the poise and the confidence, because it was not easy. He had Kirkflint and Cassiope, but he made it look easy. But that was a difficult path to the finals.
And sometimes, yeah, like you're saying, Tim, I think sometimes that's maybe the best. You know, you want to get to these finals matches, but sometimes having that more difficult path, it, builds confidence, and you've been tested, and just go out there and let it fly. We'll see if Parris is capable of doing that. And so far, he hasn't given up anything early. So we know that Steveson just has that ability. They're driving right through on a straight-on shot. Can Parris get that shin whizzer? He does. Now he's got a 2-on-1, goes with the leg lace. So good work there by Parris on the straight-on shot by Steveson.
Score remains 0-0. There you see Brandon Eggum. Was an All-American as an athlete at Minnesota under Jay Robinson.
I think the longer Parris can make this match, the better.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's so cool that he was able to go ahead and read that. You put 2 hands on him. He's going to go ahead and work with the double post right there. Fell right into a beautiful double leg.
Jim, you've been around this sport a long time. You have as well, Tim. Have you seen anything like that at this weight class, that kind of speed and quickness?
Well, I'll tell you what, the thing I haven't seen is the effectiveness of the shots. He's got about a 75% completion rate on his shots, and, that's just out of this world. And there you go, 2 for 2.
Yeah, I think the more that you lay your hands on him, the more that effective that Gable can become. He's saw this earlier the year. I think the transition that you see, it's always so fun to watch these guys develop between their freshman and senior years. But, it seems like Steveson early in his career saw that maybe some of the matches he had with Anthony Cassar, 4.5, 5 minutes of concentration, and maybe it waned a little bit. Right now, you're seeing a Gable Steveson who's thinking something and doing something at the same time.
Check out these highlight reel takedowns.
You take a look at this is the double leg shot right there off the post. Collar tie and post, and now this is just good swing, go behind into a beautiful single leg finish, and just basically precision. But look at all that footwork that you saw in that finish.
Yeah,
those feet are they're moving.
When you talk about the weight class, any weight class, that kind of movement, that kind of efficiency, most of the times you shoot, at least half the times you miss the legs. Then when you get to the legs, another half of the times you fail. It's only about a 25% that the average wrestler completes leg attacks, and Steveson completes them 3 out of 4 times.
Those are not typical shots and finishes from guys at this weight class.
And if you're Parris, okay, it got taken down twice by one of the best wrestlers, but it's still 4-3. What can you do now that you've learned and you felt it in this position that you can go ahead and execute? And for whatever reason, something may happen where Gable may slow down, and you might be able to take advantage of it.
And is he slowing down? I mean, it's hard to move like Steveson moves for 7 minutes.
Bo, I want to ask you, are you a little bit surprised that Steveson didn't commit to a ride?
I don't think so. I know Gable has the ultimate goal of making the Olympic team this summer, and so I'm assuming he's been probably training a lot of freestyle. And I would say that at this point, I don't think that riding is gonna win this match. You got to get takedowns, both guys. You got to be able to score takedowns to win this match.
There's a shot from Parris, but underneath the hips of Gable Steveson, probably going to get a stalemate here. There it is with 49 seconds in the second period. Anthony Cassara, Penn State, the only man to beat Steveson in a Gophers singlet. That was in the Big Ten final in Minneapolis 2 years ago. And then I believe that was an NCAA semifinal.
Keep moving, Mason! Keep moving!
35 seconds here in the second period.
Keep moving, Mason!
You hear that the coaching corner here, big talking about, there's Josh Trellett saying, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving him. They want him to try to make this a more physical match. So if Gable does shut down, which really isn't happening, takedown right there at the edge.
Third takedown. We'll see if he finishes period on top. I would assume that's the goal.
Nice.
A nice return.
And he
That's
collects,
how it's done.
And he collects the wrist. You see that right wrist right there? Just collected it on the way down.
Feel what's happening. This is your best period.
The Gopher doubling up the Wolverines 6-3. That's Trevor Brandvold, two-time Big Ten champion at Wisconsin. All-American for Barry Davis.
Go ahead and get set. Get a fair start. Make sure you wait till the whistle. Okay, top, you may cover.
Mason covers to begin the third.
Nice job. One.
I think Parris recognizes that he's not going to get it done here by trying to ride Steveson. So
is it too early for Parris here to throw the kitchen sink at him? Because you're probably not going to take him down a few times. You need something big, right? Caught between a rock and a hard place here.
Well, yeah. You know who the Rock is.
Yeah, Parris, he needs to get deeper into his ties, I think, for sure, because he's not going to get it done from such far away being on his shots.
Yeah, there's just so much to ask. I think we're looking at one of the most mobile, better athletes we've ever seen at the weight class. I don't want to demean anybody that we've been really blessed with a lot of great, talented heavyweight in the last few years. And, of course, Kyle Snyder, Nick Wistowski. But this is nice stuff.
Some great heavyweights over the years at the University of Minnesota. Go back to Brock Lesnar, national champion Cole Conrad. Remember King Cole? Most recently, Tony Nelson. There have been some great heavyweights that have come out of Minnesota.
Oh, no.
No. He's confident.
Yeah, this is...
I think this was a match Gable Steveson has been waiting for a long, long time, just to kind of remind everybody who the guy is. Gable Steveson looking for a second Big Ten crown. There have been 4 others in these championships that came in as champions and added another to their resume here in University Park, Pennsylvania. And Gable Steveson is going to make it 5 for 5 in that category.
Yeah, constantly looking for points. Now he's taking him to his back.
On mat 2 for third place, winner by major
Dominant
decision
performance.
from Iowa, Tony Cassiope.
With the riding time point, it will be a major decision. 12-4 for Gable Steveson. Now a two-time Big Ten champion for the Golden Gophers.
Major decision with riding time. Final score 12-4.
Gives the flex
from Minnesota, Gable
aspirations
Steveson.
of being in the WWE. Hopefully after winning an Olympic gold medal, he'll be at the trials down in Fort Worth in early April. He'll be a force to be reckoned with, no doubt about it.
Just the footwork and the balance that he has, the strength. You know, they see that post early shot that he was able to get. You know, the swing single, the angles that he's able to create at his size and the size of his opponents. Really impressive. Snap downs, driving.
Let's send it down to Ray Flores, who's with Gable Steveson.
Thank you very much, Shane. Gable, congratulations on your second straight Big Ten championship. How good did it feel to have a dominating performance over your rival in Michigan's Mason Parris here in the final?
This ain't a rivalry. I came here and did my job. I'm 2-0 against him. I'm going to see him next week, though. I'm not worried about nothing. I put my skills on display right here. It's going to happen again.
How much does it mean to you to continue to add to the rich tradition of wrestling for the Golden Gophers in the heavyweight division? You look at the likes of Brock Lesnar, Cole Conrad, Tony Nelson, and you add to that list.
I mean, it's a great tradition here. We got in Minnesota. If you want to be the champ, come to Minnesota. Heavyweights out there, just make sure that you're getting the right recruitment in. Look what we're doing at Minnesota. You could be next.
In 2 weeks, you're going to be competing in the national championships. What do you want to tell the rest of the heavyweights?
I'm coming for y'all again.
Gable Steveson. Back to you, Shane.
All right, Ray, thank you much. Gable Steveson, impressive day at the office for the Gopher.